Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end, you won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 6. The United States of America has minted countless coins that capture history, but among them, the Washington quarter dollar of 1966 holds a unique and fascinating story. This coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but within it lies a tale of transition, rarity, and remarkable value that has collectors searching endlessly on the obverse. The 1966 quarter displays the bold and familiar portrait of George Washington. His profile has graced quarters since 1932, a constant reminder of leadership, courage, and the founding vision of the nation. By 1966, this design was already beloved, and it continued to symbolize strength through a changing era in American coinage. The reverse of the coin carries the powerful image of the heraldic eagle, wings outstretched, clutching arrows in its talons, perched on olive branches. This design reflected America's balance of strength and peace, making the Washington quarter not only functional but also a piece of national identity. But what makes the 1966 quarter truly fascinating is the time in which it was produced. Just 1 year earlier, in 1965, the U.S. Mint made a historic change. Silver was removed from dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices, and coins like the 1966 quarter were struck with a copper-nickel-clad composition instead of the traditional 90% silver alloy. This transition marked the beginning of modern coinage, and coins from this era are deeply symbolic of America's economic adjustments. Collectors view the 1966 quarter as a bridge between the old world of silver coins and the new world of clad currency. Although the mint produced millions of 1966 quarters, the year itself was unusual because the U.S. Mint stopped placing mint marks on coins from 1965 through 1967. This was done to discourage collectors from hoarding coins during the nationwide coin shortage. As a result, all 1966 quarters carry no mint mark, adding to their historical uniqueness. Another unusual fact about this coin is that the U.S. Mint also suspended the production of proof sets and uncirculated sets during this period. That means collectors had no official sets to acquire pristine examples of the 1966 quarter, making high-grade specimens extremely rare today. Most 1966 quarters entered everyday circulation and quickly showed wear. That is why finding one in immaculate, untouched condition is so difficult and why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for the few that have survived, adding even more intrigue. Rare varieties of the 1966 quarter exist and are highly prized. Off-center strikes, double dies, and unusual planchet flaws have been reported, turning what looks like an ordinary quarter into a one-of-a-kind rarity worth thousands. For collectors, the thrill of searching through change in hopes of finding a 1966 quarter in perfect condition is irresistible. The idea that a common-looking coin could actually be worth a small fortune makes the hunt all the more exciting. The historical backdrop of this coin adds to its allure. The mid-1960s were a period of great change in America, socially, politically, and economically. The 1966 quarter stands as a reminder of that transformative era, representing resilience in the face of change. Over time, this coin has proven to be more than just a small piece of clad metal. It has become a symbol of numismatic history, a marker of the end of silver coinage and the birth of modern minting practices. Collectors know that condition is everything. While circulated examples of the 1966 quarter may be worth face value, those rare mint state or high-graded pieces are where the true treasures lie. Auction houses have seen collectors battle for pristine examples of the 1966 quarter, with bidding soaring as enthusiasts recognize the rarity of untouched coins from this year. It is not just collectors who appreciate this coin. Historians and educators also value it for the way it captures the story of America's monetary changes and the challenges the mint faced in the mid-1960s. Absence of a mint mark on all 1966 quarters adds another layer of intrigue. In most years, mint marks help distinguish coins from different mints, but here, every coin carries the same face, leaving collectors to focus entirely on condition and potential errors. The story of the 1966 quarter also reminds us how everyday objects can transform into priceless artifacts. What once jingled unnoticed in pockets and purses now commands serious attention in the numismatic world. Collectors often say that coins are time machines, carrying us back to the year they were struck. Holding a 1966 quarter transports us to a decade defined by change, innovation, and resilience. As decades pass, the rarity of this coin in top condition only grows. Each year that goes by, fewer pristine specimens remain, which continues to drive up the market value. The Washington quarter dollar of 1966 also holds emotional value for many Americans who lived during that time. It brings back memories of childhood, change, and a country on the move toward a new future. Numismatists believe that the 1966 quarter will remain a cornerstone collectible for anyone serious about the Washington quarter series. It marks an important chapter in U.S. coinage history that can never be repeated. What excites many collectors most is the potential of discovery. Somewhere, hidden in a collection or jar of coins, a perfect 1966 quarter may still be waiting to be found. The beauty of coin collecting lies in that possibility, that an ordinary-looking coin can turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime find worth a staggering amount of money. Every feature of the 1966 quarter, from its eagle reverse to its missing mint mark, tells a story that collectors cherish. It may not sparkle with silver, but it shines with history. For investors, the coin is also attractive. Its rarity and high grade and its historical significance make it a coin with strong long-term value. The Washington quarter series spans nearly a century, but the 1966 issue stands out as one of the most memorable. It is a coin that embodies both change and tradition, captured in one design. In the world of numismatics, stories matter as much as value. The 1966 quarter's story of transition, rarity, and resilience ensures it will remain one of the most fascinating coins of its time. Collectors who own a pristine 1966 quarter hold more than just metal. They hold a piece of American history, a story of a changing nation, and a treasure that few others will ever possess. The Washington quarter dollar of 1966 is more than 25 cents. It is history, art, rarity, and legacy pressed into one small circle of metal, and for the rarest, most perfect examples, this remarkable coin has been valued at $182,000. Top 7. The Washington quarter dollar of 1974 is one of those coins that at first may look like an ordinary piece of change, yet it carries with it a fascinating story that makes collectors look twice. This coin is a perfect reminder of how hidden treasures can still be found in the simplest places, even in the palm of your hand. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. His face has graced the quarter since 1932, symbolizing leadership and the enduring legacy of the first President of the United States. By 1974, Washington's image was not just a design, but a national icon that every American recognized instantly. On the reverse, the quarter proudly displays the majestic eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons while resting on olive branches. This design had become a symbol of America's power balanced with peace, making the quarter more than just currency. It was a miniature piece of American identity. The year 1974 was particularly interesting in American coinage history. Just a few years earlier, the United States Mint had introduced the Eisenhower dollar and was experimenting with new coin compositions. While quarters in 1974 were still made from the copper-nickel clad introduced in 1965, collectors often look at this period as a time of transition and experimentation. Although millions of 1974 quarters were minted, not all of them were created equal. The majority were struck for circulation, meant to pass through countless hands, vending machines, and cash registers. But some extraordinary examples stand out because of their condition, errors, or unique characteristics. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1974 quarter is the hunt for error coins. Striking mistakes, double dies, and off-center mintings are the types of errors that transform an everyday coin into a valuable collector's item. These rare variations have been discovered in 1974 quarters, making them highly sought after. Collectors know that a coin's grade plays a huge role in its value. While a circulated 1974 quarter may still only be worth face value, one that has been preserved in mint state condition, with its original luster and no wear, can be worth thousands of dollars. It is the rarity of these flawless examples that drives collectors wild. High-grade examples of the 1974 quarter are difficult to find because they were never included in proof or special mint sets in huge numbers. Most quarters were released directly into circulation, and those that survived without a scratch are now treasures. The thrill of searching for a 1974 quarter in perfect condition is part of what makes collecting so exciting. A coin that looks ordinary at first could actually hold the key to a small fortune if its condition is exceptional, adding to the intrigue. There were also discussions at the time about changing coin designs for the upcoming bicentennial celebration in 1976. The 1974 quarter, therefore, represents the last years of the classic eagle reverse before the special bicentennial designs were introduced. That alone gives the 1974 issue a special place in numismatic history. When collectors look at the 1974 quarter, they don't just see a coin, they see a story of an era. The mid-1970s were a period of change in the United States, and coins like this one connect us to that history in a tangible way. Auction houses and coin shows often highlight Washington quarters from this period, with bidders competing fiercely for the best examples. A seemingly common coin can ignite bidding wars when it appears in pristine, gem quality. The value of the 1974 quarter depends on multiple factors: its condition, whether it has any errors, and its rarity compared to other surviving pieces. This is why collectors carefully examine every detail, from the sharpness of Washington's hair to the clarity of the eagle's feathers. Incredible to think that a coin minted in such large numbers could hold so much potential value. Yet that is the magic of coin collecting. Rarity and demand transform something ordinary into something extraordinary. Collectors often describe finding a mint condition 1974 quarter as a thrilling discovery, like uncovering a hidden gem in a pile of stones. Each one tells a story of how it survived untouched through decades of circulation. Numismatists treasure coins like this because they bridge the gap between everyday life and history. Holding a 1974 quarter in your hand is like holding a piece of America's past, pressed into metal. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1974 quarter serves as an exciting entry point. It reminds people that you don't have to start with rare gold coins. Sometimes even pocket change can hold unimaginable value. The enduring popularity of the Washington Quarter series means that every date, including 1974, holds significance for those who want to complete a collection. And among them, the finest examples stand out as trophies. When you place a 1974 quarter next to other dates, you realize how consistent yet meaningful this design has been in American life. It's a design that speaks to tradition, and owning one in exceptional condition feels like preserving that tradition. Some collectors specialize in error coins, and for them, the 1974 quarter is a field of discovery. Off-center strikes or double-struck coins from this year can fetch jaw-dropping prices. Also worth noting that the 1970s saw the rise of coin grading services, which today play a massive role in determining value. Having a 1974 quarter professionally graded and certified can make all the difference in its market worth. The importance of this coin goes beyond money. It's about history, art, and connection. Every collector who holds one knows they are preserving a piece of the past. The Washington quarter is one of the most collected coins in American history, and the 1974 issue is a shining example of why this series never loses its charm. With each passing year, the number of flawless 1974 quarters in existence becomes smaller, making the surviving gems even more valuable. Collectors who act now are securing a piece of numismatic history before it becomes even harder to obtain. Even people who aren't dedicated collectors are amazed to learn the true value of a coin they may have overlooked. The 1974 quarter is proof that history can hide in plain sight. This coin has the power to inspire curiosity, passion, and appreciation for the art of coinage. It shows that every coin has a story worth telling, and for the rarest, most pristine examples of the 1974 Washington quarter dollar, the value has reached an astonishing $136,000. Top 8. The Washington quarter dollar of 1980 may seem at first glance like just another common coin from everyday change, but hidden within its story is a world of fascination that makes it an important part of American numismatic history. The obverse of the coin proudly carries the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, the same design that first appeared on the quarter in 1932. His face, stern and strong, symbolizes the values of leadership and resilience that defined the birth of the United States. By 1980, the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for nearly 50 years, and while its design remained familiar, it represented continuity in a time when the nation was seeing many changes both politically and economically. The reverse features the powerful image of the eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, a balance of strength and peace. For millions of Americans, this design was more than artwork, it was a symbol they grew up with in their hands and pockets. Unlike the earlier silver quarters minted before 1965, the 1980 issue was made with a copper-nickel-clad composition. This gave the coin a slightly different look and feel, but it also meant that people could no longer melt quarters for their silver content. Even though the 1980 Washington quarter was produced in very large numbers at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, collectors today know that not every coin from this year is the same. Condition and rarity make all the difference. Most coins struck in 1980 entered circulation immediately, passing from pocket to pocket, acquiring scratches, wear, and loss of shine. These are the common ones that still surface today in everyday change. However, the true treasures are the examples that never entered circulation, preserved in mint state condition with their luster intact. These coins are breathtaking, and their beauty has captured the attention of collectors everywhere. In fact, high-grade coins from 1980 can fetch extraordinary prices, especially when graded by professional services that confirm their flawless state. A single untouched example can be worth far more than anyone might imagine. Adding to the excitement, the year 1980 saw its share of minting errors, and error coins always spark the interest of collectors. Off-center strikes, double dies, and coins with striking flaws can be worth small fortunes compared to their face value. The 1980 Washington quarter also reflects a turning point in coin collecting. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, interest in modern coins began to rise as more collectors realized that even recent coins could become rare treasures. Proof sets struck at the San Francisco Mint offered another dimension of rarity. These coins, created with special care, mirror-like surfaces, and frosted designs, stand apart from circulation strikes and remain highly sought after. Collectors today often search through rolls of quarters or inherited collections in hopes of finding that elusive 1980 coin in pristine condition. The thrill of discovery is what drives the passion of numismatics. Every detail matters when it comes to determining the value of the 1980 quarter. Collectors examine Washington's hair, the crispness of the date, and the sharpness of the eagle's feathers to judge quality. Even the smallest imperfection can reduce a coin's grade, while a perfect strike with no flaws can elevate it to a rare gem, commanding astonishing prices at auctions. It's fascinating to think about how many millions of these coins were minted, yet only a handful survive in perfect condition. This scarcity within abundance is what makes them so valuable. The Washington Quarter series is one of the most collected in America, and the 1980 coin is no exception. It holds a special place because it bridges the classic eagle reverse design with the coming changes of the state quarter program decades later. Collectors often say that coins like the 1980 quarter are a reminder to look closer at the ordinary, because sometimes the ordinary hides the extraordinary. This coin also carries with it the spirit of the time in which it was minted. The year 1980 was one of change in America, from politics to culture, and the coins reflect that era in a tangible way. For beginners, the 1980 Washington quarter is an exciting discovery, often serving as the spark that starts a lifelong journey into coin collecting. For seasoned collectors, finding a flawless 1980 quarter is a prize, a rare piece that showcases both history and artistry in metal form. What makes the coin even more appealing is that it's part of a series that is accessible to everyone. Whether you find it in change or purchase it from a dealer, it connects people of all backgrounds to history. Auction records prove just how valuable these coins can be. When a rare 1980 Washington quarter appears in top condition, bidders compete fiercely, driving the price higher and higher. The coin's true value comes from rarity, demand, and condition. When these three elements come together, the results can be extraordinary. This is why the Washington quarter of 1980 continues to be a favorite among collectors and remains one of the most fascinating issues of modern coinage. Every coin tells a story, and the story of the 1980 quarter is one of survival, rarity, and discovery. For those lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition, the rewards are beyond imagination, and today, the most pristine and rare examples of the 1980 Washington quarter dollar have been valued at an incredible $120,000. Top 9. The Washington quarter dollar, minted in 1979, might appear at first glance like just another common coin from loose change, but its story is layered with history, artistry, and unexpected value that continues to surprise collectors around the world. The obverse of the coin, you will find the familiar portrait of George Washington, created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. His strong profile has stood the test of time, symbolizing leadership, independence, and the unshakable spirit of America. By 1979, the Washington quarter had already become a staple of U.S. coinage, appearing in every wallet, cash register, and pocket across the nation. It was more than money, it was a piece of history being carried and exchanged daily. The reverse of the coin displays the bold American eagle, wings spread wide, perched upon a bundle of arrows, with olive branches beneath. This design reflects the perfect balance of strength and peace, reminding Americans of the values their nation was built upon. Unlike earlier quarters struck before 1965, the 1979 quarter was composed of copper and nickel clad around a pure copper core. This change in composition was necessary after rising silver prices made it impractical to mint quarters in silver. Millions of these coins were produced at different U.S. mints, with the Philadelphia and Denver mints striking the bulk, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions for collectors. Yet, despite their massive mintage, not all 1979 quarters are equal in value. Most of these coins circulated heavily, accumulating scratches, dents, and dull surfaces. These are the ones we see every day, worth little more than their face value, but hidden among the ordinary are extraordinary survivors, coins that never entered circulation, coins that remain in pristine mint state condition, their surfaces gleaming with luster as if frozen in time. Such coins become the treasures that collectors dream of owning. Their rarity, combined with flawless preservation, makes them highly desirable at auctions and among private collectors. Error coins from 1979 add another layer of intrigue. Misstrikes, double dies, and off-center strikes are considered rare anomalies that increase a coin's appeal and value significantly. For example, a quarter with a dramatic off-center strike or a double die error can command incredible attention, transforming an ordinary 25-cent piece into a numismatic gem. The proof versions of the 1979 quarter, struck at the San Francisco Mint, are especially admired. With mirror-like fields and frosted details, they are a testament to the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint and remain coveted by collectors. But the highest values are reserved for coins graded at the very top by professional grading services. Coins with a perfect strike, brilliant luster, and no visible flaws can reach prices that seem unimaginable for something once used in everyday transactions. The story of the 1979 Washington quarter is not just about its design or mintage, it's also about timing. By the late 1970s, coin collecting in the United States was beginning to see renewed enthusiasm, making high-quality coins from this era especially significant. Collectors often describe the thrill of searching through rolls of quarters, inherited collections, or old jars in hopes of finding a hidden treasure from 1979. The chase is part of the magic of coin collecting. The beauty of numismatics lies in this unpredictability. A coin as common as the 1979 quarter can, under the right conditions, transform into a rarity of great value. Every detail on the coin matters to collectors. From the sharpness of Washington's hair to the clarity of the eagle's feathers, each tiny element plays a role in determining its grade and ultimate worth. Even small differences in strike quality, luster, or surface condition can separate a common coin from one that commands extraordinary prices. Auction houses have recorded stunning results for rare 1979 quarters in exceptional grades, with fierce bidding driving values into impressive figures. For new collectors, the 1979 quarter offers an exciting entry point, as it's still possible to find them in circulation or acquire them affordably in lower grades. For advanced collectors, however, the true goal is securing one of the highest grade examples or a rare error coin that tells a unique story. This duality, common yet potentially rare, makes the 1979 Washington quarter one of the most interesting issues of modern U.S. coinage. T is a coin that reflects not just the artistry of its design but also the cultural and economic shifts of the late 1970s, making it a snapshot of history preserved in metal. Each time a collector holds one of these coins, they are connected to a piece of American history, a reminder of the enduring legacy of George Washington and the ideals he represents. While many 1979 quarters are only worth face value, the rarest and most pristine examples reveal a different side of the story, one filled with discovery, excitement, and true value. This is why coin collectors continue to hunt for these pieces, fueled by the dream of finding a coin that has survived 4 decades in untouched perfection. The Washington quarter dollar of 1979 stands as proof that even the coins we take for granted can carry hidden worth and remarkable significance. And the most extraordinary of these rare 1979 Washington quarters, preserved in pristine condition, have been valued at an astounding $125,000. Top 10. The Washington quarter dollar minted in 1994 may seem at first like a very ordinary coin, something that most people would overlook while paying for groceries or receiving change. But the truth is, behind this simple-looking quarter lies a world of history, artistry, and surprising value that continues to capture the imagination of coin collectors. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of George Washington, America's first president, a design that has been a part of the quarter since 1932. His bold profile represents leadership, strength, and the birth of American independence, making it more than just an image, it's a symbol of the nation. On the reverse, the American eagle sits majestically with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, while olive branches rest below. This powerful combination of symbols represents both the country's readiness to defend itself and its desire for peace. The 1994 quarter was struck in huge numbers at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with proof coins produced at the San Francisco Mint. With such high mintage, one might assume that none of these coins could possibly be worth much. But as with many coins in American history, the details matter greatly. Most 1994 quarters circulated heavily, passing through millions of hands, vending machines, and cash registers. These are the coins you see every day, their surfaces worn and scratched, valued only at 25 cents, but hidden among the countless common examples are coins that defy the odds, coins that remain in pristine, untouched condition, or those struck with rare minting errors that elevate their value far beyond their face worth. When a 1994 quarter is found in uncirculated condition, with full luster, sharp details, and no noticeable flaws, its worth can increase dramatically. Collectors are always on the lookout for such gems, as they are far less common than worn coins. The role of grading is critical in determining the value of any 1994 quarter. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional services are separated from the masses, as their quality and rarity make them stand out to serious collectors. Error coins from 1994 are another reason this quarter remains fascinating. Striking mistakes such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing elements can transform a standard quarter into a rare and highly valuable collector's item. Some of these errors are so unique that no two are exactly alike, making each one a true one-of-a-kind treasure in the world of numismatics. The San Francisco proof quarters of 1994 are also admired for their mirror-like fields and frosted designs. These specially struck coins were never meant for circulation, yet when kept in perfect condition, they represent some of the finest examples of modern U.S. minting. Collectors know that the combination of rarity, quality, and condition determines the final price of any coin. The 1994 quarter is a perfect illustration of this principle, as ordinary examples are common but exceptional ones are extremely rare. Auction houses and online platforms have recorded impressive sales of these coins, with some pristine or error examples fetching amounts that leave many people in disbelief. For casual hobbyists, the 1994 quarter offers a wonderful chance to start a coin collection, since circulated examples are still easily available. But for advanced collectors, the hunt for perfection and rarity adds a thrilling challenge. Imagine searching through rolls of quarters or inherited coin jars and discovering a rare error or a near-perfect 1994 quarter that could change your perception of everyday change forever. The thought that such a coin could be lying unnoticed in a drawer, piggy bank, or box of old coins adds to the excitement of coin collecting. It is a hobby filled with the potential for discovery. The story of the 1994 Washington quarter also represents a time before the state quarters program began in 1999, when the classic eagle reverse was still in use. This makes the coin part of the final years of a long design tradition. This period of transition makes coins like the 1994 quarter important markers in U.S. coinage history, connecting the older era of Washington quarters with the new wave of state designs that would soon follow. For that reason, collectors often look back at coins from the 1990s with growing interest, knowing they were among the last of the classic eagle designs. Over time, the appeal of such coins only grows as new generations of collectors discover the beauty and value hidden in these seemingly ordinary pieces. Each coin is a story in itself, carrying with it the memory of its creation, its journey, and its survival in a condition that makes it extraordinary. The 1994 Washington quarter shows us that even the coins we handle every day can hold far greater worth than we imagine when preserved with care or struck in error. Collectors around the world know the thrill of uncovering such coins, the rush of realizing that a small piece of change might actually be a rare treasure. That excitement is what drives the coin collecting community, keeping alive the search for rare and valuable coins like the 1994 quarter. Is this sense of adventure and possibility that has made numismatics one of the most rewarding hobbies in the world. So, the next time you find a 1994 Washington quarter in your pocket, take a closer look. It might just be one of those rare survivors with exceptional details and quality, and when such coins reach the highest levels of preservation and rarity, their value transforms beyond imagination, proving that even a simple quarter can become a collector's dream. Among the finest known examples of the 1994 Washington quarter, preserved in remarkable condition, collectors have paid as much as $55,000